weight, the iron, the only thing in life you're ever gonna love that won't betray you. And right up top, while that's not exactly true, you have to understand in storytelling or in allegories, in relating a point, it's very important to have a single protagonist and as few options as possible. I mean, imagine this. Imagine a movie comes out for the bitches, for you, for women, right? And there's your guy, your love interest, right? But then he has, instead of one girl, he just has to have, oh, I have to have her. I love her. I love her. He's got like 3 or 4 or 5. Not an interesting movie. Not a movie that's going to do well. Because a woman doesn't want to identify with real life, because real life is, guess what? A guy that's interested in you is probably also interested in about 30 other chicks too. She wants fantasy. People want fantasy. So you have to give them to get a story across, to get a point across. Fucking dog. To get a point across, it's best to have as few players as possible. At least main ones. I literally live 30 seconds away from a gym. It's right over there. Motherfuckers. Oh, I hate people. I despise them. Except for you, dear subscriber. Hit the subscribe button now. Fucking hate you. Stupid people do whatever I say. Dumb motherfuckers. I'm just an asshole. So no, it's not exactly true when you say the only love that will never betray you. Not exactly true. And also up top, we have to address what is love. We have to also address that love is not a thing. When I say love, I'm using it colloquially because that's what people understand. People understand the word love, but however, we have to actually delve inside to understand that there's no such thing as love. Love has never existed. It's not a thing. Love is a word that humans use to describe things we don't like to talk about, like hatred and selfishness. Every relationship you have, or will ever have, will only be based on 2 things, and love ain't one of them. It's selfishness and hatred. Selfishness and hatred have driven innovation in this world more than love ever has. Love has never accomplished a goddamn thing in this world. Hatred is what propels you. I'm sorry also, you fucking retarded snowflakes who like to march around with stupid ass signs like love trumps hate. No, it doesn't, motherfucker, you stupid piece of shit. Was it love that prompted you to get up off the couch and stop eating Cheetos and march around at a pointless rally with a stupid retarded sign? No, it was hatred. Don't delude yourself into thinking that you're some moral superior being who has these feelings of love that no one else knows. You don't. You don't. You're full of hatred and selfishness. Every relationship. And whenever you're trying to go out with a chick, why are you trying to go out with her? Just be honest. You want to bang her. That's it. and you hate the idea of not banging her, and that makes you want to go after her. You hate the idea of someone else being with her. I mean, you get in a relationship, you get married. Why? Because you hate the idea of someone else marrying them. You hate the idea. You're selfish. You want that for yourself. So every relationship, it's not based on love. Love doesn't prompt anyone to do anything. It's just a description. It sounds better than saying, I hate the idea, and therefore I'm selfish and I do this thing. So love doesn't exist. We know that now. Love doesn't exist, and I'm not exactly being 100% honest when I say that's the only relationship you'll ever have. Doesn't sell you out. And I can guarantee you one thing, and this is the only thing I've ever truly ever learned in life. The only thing I've ever learned in life is that everyone will sell you out. Everyone will sell you out. It's just a matter of time and a matter of price. That's it. But let's move past that. Let's move past that to the weights. And why are weights? Why is the iron one of the best sort of relationships you can have in the world? And not just relationships with the iron, but it's also it's a relationship with yourself. It's a relationship of pushing yourself. It's a relationship that always gives back 100%, or 110%, or 1,000%, or however you want to think about it. The weights and the iron always give back whatever you put into it. You'll never be betrayed by the weights. 135 pounds is always 135 pounds. 300 is always 300. 400 is always 4. 5 is always 5. Every damn time. And you say, well, what do you mean it will never betray you? Well, the weights will never betray you. Now, what if you say, what about the injuries? I've got injuries. I've racked up injuries. I haven't been able to deadlift at this point in almost a year. Or been over a row. I have to use cables and do other things. Like my knee decided to F up about a month ago, so I can only do about quarter squats. And that's about it. For quads. Have to do other things. But that's not the weights betraying you. Every time you square up under a weight, every time you load that bar and you hear that clank, clank, clank of those goddamn plates, every time you smell the dust in the air and the smell of that steel and the bar, and you square up under it and you grab the bar. We're talking about squats here, so you're squaring up, you're grabbing the bar, you feel those gnarls in the bar as you grip it. And this is going to be a PR for you. This is going to be a PR for... Goddamn. This chick is hot. I should probably take that, but I'm not going to. Beautiful. Beautiful body. Amazing. Anyway. You ever see a chick so hot that you feel bad for her? It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Come on. You're better than this. You ever get with a chick and you're like, come on. You're better than this. You ever get with a chick that makes you look like you're from a different species? You're better than this. Jesus. Oh, come on. Who can resist that? You so sexy. Is this motherfucker in focus? Jesus. All right. But every time you square up under that bar, you grab the bar, you brace your body, you feel the belt around your waist that you have tight. You feel as your abs push against that, and it braces your back. Your entire core is rigid. You breathe in, you breathe out. You feel the air. You feel every breath. Your mind and your eyes focus. They narrow. You breathe. You unrack the weight. And now it rests only on your shoulders. A decision that you alone made. And you breathe. You breathe. You brace your body. You furrow your brow. You brace everything. You breathe out. And you squat. You go down. You go down and it hurts. But you made this choice. This is a PR, man. This is a personal record. This is a weight you haven't lifted before. You know this is too heavy for you, but you love it. You love it. And what do we mean by love? You hate being weak. You hate being fat. You hate being scrawny. You hate being little. You hate being unable to do the things you want to do. You hate the way you look. You hate whatever it is that's truly driving you. It's not love for the goddamn weights, motherfucker. Don't kid yourself. There's hate and selfishness, and you are selfish, and you should be selfish for yourself. And you know why? Because you deserve more. You deserve better, and it's good to be selfish. Don't let any motherfucker ever tell you it's bad to be selfish, because they, by making that request of you, are giving you a selfish demand. Anytime someone tells you not to be selfish, who the fuck made you boss, motherfucker? Why do you want me? Why is your selfish demand of me to not be selfish? Why is that not a reflection of your selfishness? You don't fucking control me, motherfucker. You don't fucking control me. Never let anyone waste your time. Never let anything waste your time. Don't let yourself waste your time. You get in there to the weights because of your hatred and your selfishness that is driving you. Your selfishness to be better. Your selfishness to do better. Your selfishness to lift more and to be better and to be stronger than the next guy or the next girl or the next animal, whatever the fuck you're trying to be better than. Your selfishness and your hatred will drive you more than fucking love ever will. That's just a goddamn fact. It may not sound pretty. It may not sound good to you, but I don't really give a good goddamn, do I? Facts are facts, motherfucker. Facts are facts. And whenever you squat down with this PR and it hurts and you injure yourself, you say, well, the weights betrayed me, motherfucker. You lied to me, you white cracker ass bitch. I say I didn't lie to you, motherfucker. You made that choice. You make a choice because you love it. I guess like Rich Piana used to say, love it and kill it, right? That big motherfucker. When you love it, you gotta hate it. It's the hate that drives you. And the love is just another word for selfishness. That's all it is. But you injured yourself. It wasn't the weights betraying you. It wasn't the weights betraying you. You made that choice. You got injured. You injured yourself. That's not the same thing as weights betraying you. It's not it's not the weights withholding what they owe you, what you deserve. No, man. That's the one thing about weights, man. That's why I say it's one of the only things in life that you can ever love. That always pays back 100%, 1,000%. Whatever sounds good to your motherfucking ears, that's what I'm gonna fucking say. 100%, man. Most relationships in life are one-sided. They just are. Whether it's at your job, whether it's a familial relationship or a romantic relationship, working relationship, friendly relationship, there's always sort of a side that's doing a little bit more. As far as guys go, guys, come on, you got to stop. Jesus Christ, dudes. Jesus. Just a little tip, dude. The best way for you, if you want to get that girl that you just want, the best way for you to do it is to not care. You can't fake it. Okay, don't fake it, because that's going to crumble. You have to honestly just not give a shit about anything. Once you don't give a fuck about anything, everyone around you will sense that you honestly don't give a shit. And when you don't give a shit, all of a sudden that's interesting, because everyone else gives a shit. Everyone else gives a shit to how they look, how they come off. Will I live up to society's standards? Will I do what society tells me to do? Will I follow? God damn it. Will I follow the rules that you laid out for me? Will I follow your rules? And to that I say, go fuck yourself. I'll do what I want. That's just me though. But moving past that. But anyway, guys, seriously, you can't invest in a girl over and over and over and over. Any relationship, okay? Any relationship where you're not getting anything back. Fuck that shit. Fuck it. Move on. Goodbye, motherfucker. But that's why I talk about the weights. Oh, Jesus. That's why I talk about the weights, man. That's why I talk about, she is so hot. That's why I talk about the weights. That's why I talk about the iron. That's why I say that's the only thing in life. It's never going to sell you out. It's never going to betray you. And it's always going to give you back 1,000 goddamn %. Everything you put into that weight, to lifting that weight, everything you put in to squaring up underneath a bar, you making that goddamn choice of squaring up underneath a bar, loading the bar on the bench press, you lay down and you pull yourself under it. You grab that bar. You grab that bar. You feel the texture of the bar in your hands and you adjust to just the right position, right? And this is a weight that you've been going for a month. You haven't got it. And you're going for it again, and you're going for it again, and we're going for it again right now, God damn it. And you breathe, and you brace yourself, and you chose to put yourself in this position again. You chose to put yourself in this position. And you breathe, and you brace. You flex your goddamn chest. And you unrack that weight. You feel the heaviness of that weight in your shoulders, in your chest, in your arms, and your grip. And you know that at any time, something could easily happen that startles you, where you drop that bar, boom, right off your fucking hands, and it lands on your neck and kills you. This actually happens more than you might think. But you took the risk because you love it. And you hold that weight for a little bit, a few seconds to get used to it. And just like the squat, man, you breathe in, you brace, even your legs are braced. Everything, your body is rigid at this point. You are braced and ready for war. And you lower that weight in a controlled manner. And the further you get down, the harder you know it's gonna be to get back up. And you touch the top of your chest with that weight. It hits, you feel your chest about to explode. And you push, and you dig, and you push. As anybody who lifts weights knows, getting out of the hole is the hardest part, which is sort of the opposite of life. When getting in the hole is the hardest part. Am I right, ladies? You all are difficult sometimes. Jesus Christ. Sometimes you're not. Sometimes it's a little too easy, but I'm not complaining. But digging out of the hole, getting out of the hole, there's always that sticking point in every exercise where you're in what's called the hole. And for the chest, it's all the way down to right about your arms being parallel. That's the point when you have to push the most. I mean, after you get over parallel, once you break parallel, it's not that hard. You know, that's why you see people all the time loading the bar down with 100 pounds more than they can actually bench and just doing, half reps, just half reps. That's why you see that, because they're not going down to the hole. They're not working their chest completely. And I'm telling you, I'm telling you all this because everything you put into that will pay back. I mean, barring some weird hormonal thing that you might have, barring some weird hormonal thing low testosterone or something that makes it much harder for you to gain muscle for some reason, which you can always get fixed, right? And you should get fixed. Testosterone is not the goddamn boogeyman that everybody wants to make it out to be. It's stupid. It really is. But everything you put into that workout, everything you put in to that, you'll get out. You'll reap that. It will give back to you 1,000% what you put into it. Your diet will give back to you, again, barring some metabolic damage, long-term dieting. I've talked about this before. I don't want to go into it again. But barring that, your diet will pay back 1,000% what you put into it. You know, your workout will always pay back. Your relationship with the weights, what you put into it, and then the cardio as well, what you put into it, your endurance. If you're doing cardio every fucking day, your endurance will increase. It can't not. It can't not. It will increase. You know, you're pushing on that bench press. Guess what? You will get stronger. Your body has no choice. You will reap what you sow in this. And this is why the iron, the weights, the diet, the cardio, the exercise, you, fighting you, everything you put into this, you will get out of it. I goddamn guarantee you. And you can't say that about fucking chocolates, and you can't say that about fucking Valentine's Day cards, and you can't say that about women, and you can't say that about men, and you can't say that about friends or work or family or goddamn anything else in this motherfucking world. Because let me remind you, everyone will sell you out. It's just a matter of time. And it's just a matter of price. And that's just true. But the iron never lies. Doesn't have to. The iron's confident. When you're confident, you don't lie. I don't lie. Even when I lie, I tell the truth. When you're confident, you don't have to lie. Because you don't give a fuck. And the iron doesn't give a fuck who you are. The fuck are you, motherfucker? I'm 500 fucking pounds. What the fuck are you? Iron don't give a shit about you. Weights don't give a fuck about you. Fuck you. You want something out of me? You put in the work, motherfucker. And you will reap it. You may get injured along the way, but you allowed that to happen. You allowed yourself to be vulnerable because you hated the idea of staying what you are. The iron will never betray you. Everything you put into it, you'll get out of it. And if you half-ass it, guess what? You're going to get half-ass results. But if you actually try, and you actually push, and you actually give a goddamn, and you get in touch with your selfishness and your hatred, and you let it out all over that goddamn gym or wherever the fuck you work out, and you leave it there every day, then I guarantee you it's going to start showing up on your body. So on this Valentine's Day, or this Valentine's Day, don't worry about the things that aren't going to last. Don't worry about that shit. Don't run around and stress your fucking self out for no goddamn reason. Don't stress yourself out for people or things that don't appreciate what you put in. And don't stress yourself out. You know, if you aren't becoming what society is telling you to become, fuck that shit. You know, most of society is obese. Do you want to be obese? So why follow them in everything else? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with following. Just realize what you're doing. You know, realize that every relationship that you pursue is an expression of weakness inside of you. Realize that. Realize that you pursue this thing because you are weak. Listen, we work out because we're weak. It's the same damn thing with the relationship we have, with the relationship I have with my guitar. I play it to get better. You know, you play it to get better. You play it to express yourself. You play it to get better. Same thing for working out. You play it to stay the same, and you also not play it. You work out. You know, you lift it to get better. You lift it to get stronger. That's the same thing with relationships. And that's another thing people don't like to recognize. Whenever we're talking about sexual sort of style relationships, so not sexual only, I should say romantic or intimate style relationships. The only reason you have those, or the only reason you have an urge for those, especially around this time, which, god damn it, you see it all the time around this time. All of a sudden, chicks just start blowing up your fucking phone because they see the calendar changing, and then they want to be like their pop star for, you know, friends, or I don't know, whatever. The people they see on the TV and the magazines, right? Just fucking stupid. Fuck those motherfuckers. You know, I mean, don't fall for this shit, man. Don't make yourself go insane for these things that are pointless. Honestly, just pointless. Yeah. Spend some time in the goddamn gym. Spend some time under the bar. That's a relationship that will give you everything that you put into it. Every single time.